Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I am back home from Portugal and I am quite literally in the middle of unpacking all of the stuff that I bought. So I figured I would share with y'all what I got because the shopping scene in Portugal was surprisingly fun. There's so many cute little Portuguese souvenirs and shops to check out. So I figured while I'm unpacking anyways, I might as well show you all what I got. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing that we bought back was none other than sardines. I think that's just their quintessential souvenir that everyone brings home. I think there's actually a shop that has multiple locations across the country, and they're like this circus themed souvenir shop. It's a really fun shop to browse around, but their sardines are actually quite expensive. I think each tin is around 10 euros. But we actually shopped around and found out that there's actually a lot of other unique brands of sardines to bring home that are much cheaper. One of which is Papa Anzo's. This was recommended to us by the worker at Avida Portuguese. This is one of my favorite shops to shop while I was in Lisbon because they carry all different types of Portuguese brands. It's kind of like a one-stop shop for all things souvenir, home goods, and just unique Portuguese labels. And they carry quite a bit of sardines, and this is one of them. So we decided to just get a few of these as souvenirs for coworkers. And for ourselves, we actually decided to try two different brands. So we got one Papa Anzo's in tomato sauce. And then we actually got two from the Maneira brand. This is just a regular one in olive oil. And I believe this is also an olive oil, but this says limited edition. So curious to know what these two taste like and what the difference is because this one is around 7 euros and I believe this one is just 4.40 euros. So I'm really curious to see what about this limited edition is worth the extra 3 euros. I actually also picked up some chili oil. It's this brand. I can't really pronounce it. Just basically a hot sauce. I tried the hot sauce on the bifana and it was so good. I knew I had to get some for myself. So this actually has like little chili peppers marinated into it. So I'm pretty sure this is quite picante. And yeah, I love my hot sauce. So I'm really excited to try this. And lastly, from the same shop, I actually picked up some tea. If you guys have been watching me for a while now, you guys know I love my teas. So whenever I go to a new country, I always like to see what kind of tea they have. So I picked up this black tea. I think the brand is Campania Portuguesa do Chá. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is just a loose leaf breakfast tea. It has a mix of black tea leaves from Portugal directly and some Ceylon tea, which I believe is from India, but it doesn't actually say. But the whole thing is made in Portugal, so I'm really excited to try this. And then from the same brand, I actually noticed that they have this pu'er tea. If you guys don't know, pu'er tea is a really popular Chinese tea that's just perfect for sipping throughout the day. And most of these tea leaves are like fermented in Portugal, which I thought was interesting. So I also picked this up. And then lastly, I am a green tea girl, so I had to pick up some green tea as well. These are organic summer harvest green tea leaves from Portugal. So I literally could not get any fresher than this. And I'm pretty sure this is going to be pretty good because you really can't go wrong with green tea. And then another shop for souvenir is Media. They also have locations throughout the country, quite literally. And if you go to the main touristy areas in Porto and Lisbon, you'll probably come across them. They do a mixture of jams, chocolate, honey, and olive oil. And they have these very nifty travel kits that are perfect for souvenir gifting. This one is actually for us. This is the travel kit for all the jams. We tried some of their jams in the store and they were all really, really good. So we decided to just get this travel kit to try. And what I love about them is their packaging. They remind me of little acrylic paints, which I thought was really cool. And it's just the perfect little gift to gift people. So we picked up this assorted travel kit with 2 jams, 2 chocolates, 1 chutney, and a olive paste. so that people can just try a mix of everything depending on their taste. And to be honest, I think their star product would have to be their honey. I don't know if I'm biased or anything like that, but I tried their honey there and it was so good. Their multi-floral honey is my favorite. It is the perfect honey for tea or even toast. So as you can see, we bought 3 of these. And they also have a few other flavors. I'm really prone to sore throat, so this is perfect for me because you get that kick from the ginger, but the soothing effect from the honey, and it's just overall really good for immunity. And then we also picked up this elderberry one, which is more of a fun flavor. Gives the honey a bit more of a fruity note to it, which I thought would go really good on toast. And then in terms of snacks, I picked up some of these honey bee candies. This is from a brand called Fabrica St. Antonio. I believe they're just like a hard candy. I saw someone else get this in another vlog that said it was really, really good. So I decided to pick some up since they're fairly inexpensive. I think they're less than €2 a pack. And they just make really good gifts. And since we're in Portugal, we cannot forget about port wine. I feel like that's kind of like the essential gift to give people. I am not a huge alcohol person, so to be quite frank, I know nothing about wine, but we did stop by this really popular wine shop in Lisbon and they gave us some recommendation on what wines to bring back for our coworkers. So the first one is this one. It's like a 10-year-old port wine. I think the brand is Dalva. Apparently, this is one of the more popular ones. Let me know if that's actually the case. And then this second one, Newport one, I'm not going to open it since we're going to gift it to someone. These two were recommended to us just for general gifting. So we got these two. And then I also picked up some of these kind of mini-sized Granham. Personally, I know this is a really popular brand and they have wine that can go up to like the hundreds. But like I said, I know nothing about wine. I just know that this is a popular brand. So I bought a few of these to gift people. It seems that this is a really popular brand in Portugal as well. So here it is. And as for myself, instead of wine, I figured I would invest in some good olive oil. So I may have went a little bit too crazy. I bought a total of 4 different kinds of olive oil, and I will tell you why. So you can find a lot of the olive oils in supermarkets or even in the same wine shop that I got the wines in, and that's exactly what we did. So we bought this first one, which supposedly has more of a intense flavor. I don't know what that means, but I did see someone buy 4 of these, so naturally I bought some as well. And then this next one is supposedly on the spicier side. I've never actually had olive oil that is kind of like on a spicier side. So I was really curious and intrigued by this one. So I wanted to try this as well. And then this last one, it was actually recommended to us by the person working at the wine shop. She said that this was her favorite one. It has more of a mild flavor and is perfect for everyday use. So we decided to pick this one up as well. And all 3 of these are actually pretty affordable. I think they're all around €15 a bottle, which is not bad at all. And then while we were at the airport, we actually came across this brand. Apparently, this is one of the most popular brands of olive oils in Portugal. And we did see them in the local supermarkets, but we weren't sure if we wanted to get a 4th bottle since we already bought 3. But the reason why we pulled the trigger on this one was because this is a early harvest. And apparently, early harvest olive oils are the best. So we just wanted to try it. This one was definitely more expensive. I think this was around €23. And lastly, for food, we also picked up some snacks. I think this is a kind of like a chocolate dip waffle cookie type of situation. We just got this because it looked pretty good and we really wanted to bring home something for non-wine drinkers. So I decided to just grab some of these. Okay, now that we got all of the food out of the way, let's take a look at some of the beauty and fashion items that I picked up. So the only beauty item that I got was actually from Benham Moore. And I think they're really popular for their pastel de nata hand creams, which I know a lot of people like to bring back as souvenirs. smelling it in person, I was not a fan of it. It just kind of had this like weird musty vanilla smell to it that I'm not really a fan of. And they are actually quite expensive. I think they're around like 14 euros for a hand cream. So I decided to pass on that and pick up the scents that I genuinely liked. So I picked up two tiny hand creams. One is kind of like a lemony lemongrass smell to it, which I really, really like. I think this has such a refreshing taste to it. And this other one reminds me of a clean laundry scent, which I really, really like as well. And while I was there, the sales associate was so fun and kind. My hair was actually really dry during the trip because I have bleach hair and I forgot to bring hair oil. And so I was trying their oil out, and oh my gosh, these are so good. I got a rose one, which smells amazing, and this lemony lemongrass one that I said I loved. I love this scent so much, and honestly, I think this would be a great insect repellent for the summer. So I picked up two of these oils, but that's practically all the beauty items I picked up because for me, fashion is always much, much more important. We did stop by a few leather goods store, one of which is this brand called Ulysses. I believe they hand make all of their leather gloves, and honestly, they're so efficient. They have this tiny shop in Lisbon, and literally just one look at my hand, and she knew what size I was. I picked this one, little buttons on the side, and I've always wanted to invest in a good pair of leather gloves for the winter because New York gets really freaking cold. But I could never find like the perfect pair because my hand is on the smaller size and these fit me perfectly. It fits me so well. There's barely any room at the fingertips, which I love, and I can easily grip stuff. It's super lightweight, and I'm so happy with this purchase. And if you're in the market for leather gloves, highly recommend stopping by and checking them out. And then another leather goods shop that we stopped by is actually a leather shoe store. We actually found them in a TikTok video. They hand make all of their leather shoes. My partner was in the market for a pair of leather boots, so he really wanted to go there and check it out. And he was able to pick up these Chelsea boots, which are really well handcrafted. All their shoes are made in northern Portugal. It's just super high quality leather shoes. And these Chelsea boots look so nice. While I was there, I couldn't resist it, and I bought a pair of leather flats as well. I just love how simple the silhouette is, and what really caught my eye about this pair of flats was the back. Even though they have a little seam that pretty much every other ballet flats would have, the way it's constructed, the inside is completely seamless. So it really minimizes your chances of getting a blister, and we all know that is not fun. So that was kind of like the main selling point for me. If you're also in the market for a pair of leather flats or boots, definitely make sure to check them out when you're in Lisbon. And while I was in Lisbon, you know, I already had to do a little bit of shopping. So there are a couple of brands that are much, much better in Europe than the States. One of which is actually Intimacy. I've been loving their ultra light cashmere tops. And in the States, they retail for $65 a top, which is absolutely insane. And while I was in Portugal, they were actually doing a promo where you buy 3 and get 1 free. So after purchasing 4 of these ultralight cashmere tops, each of them came out to a little over $25, which is absolutely a steal. I probably should have picked up some of the lace ones too, but this was such a good find. If you guys are ever in Europe, definitely make sure to check out Intimacy. Another brand that I absolutely had a blast shopping in was none other than Zara. I know it is a fast fashion brand, but Zara in Europe actually hits different. I did check out a bunch of other brands like Mango and H&M, but none of their pieces were really calling to me. But this new Zara collection was really calling for me, and the prices were way better than the States. Take this viral leather jacket, for example. I think it's currently around like $100 or $120 in the States. But with tax free and everything and the conversion, this was only like $70, which is literally like half the price. And when I tried it on in the store, I just had to get it. This literally viral for a good reason. Just a really great seasonal transition piece. So this was the first thing I picked up. While I was in Portugal, I walked into Zara on a whim and I saw the most gorgeous mannequins, and I quite literally had to have all of the outfits on them. So the first one is this ruffle skirt with this asymmetrical knit jumper. I thought this ruffle skirt was so pretty, and adding on this asymmetrical knit jumper was just chef's kiss. I just love the silhouette and texture of everything, and it's just the perfect spring outfit in my opinion. And hey, I didn't even need to coordinate it. The mannequin did it for me. I honestly debated on whether or not I should pick this up, and like I said, the prices are just so much better in Europe, so I decided, you know what, why not? I'll just pick it up. So it's kind of this like layered shaggy tank, has kind of like a asymmetrical hem to it, which I really like. It really reminds me of a Chloe piece, which is the main reason why I picked this up. And the way they paired this top was with these pants as well. And I'm actually heading to Malaysia in 2 weeks. And if you know anything about the weather in Southeast Asia, it's always hot and humid. I thought these pair of pants would be the perfect one. It is loose. It's kind of like a capri style when you scrunch it up. And overall, I just love how flowy it is. I thought it would be the perfect pair of pants to mix and match different tops. Speaking of super cool and flowy bottoms, I also picked up this white midi skirt. I love the structure of the cotton on this. And it just came out of the wash, which is why it's super wrinkly, but it's super flowy and super airy. And I love that it comes with pockets, so it's perfect for traveling. I'm definitely going to be bringing this with me to Malaysia as well. And then the last piece I got from Zara is actually this gorgeous brown dress. I am actually attending a wedding while I'm there, so I thought this would be perfect for the wedding. It is more of a casual wedding, so I didn't want to overdress for the occasion, but I thought this was the perfect mix, kind of like a casual sundress that you can dress down, but you can also dress it up with different accessories for a more formal occasion like a wedding. So I also picked this dress up as well. That is pretty much it for all of the fashion pieces that I picked up while I was there. And if you thought that was all for today's video, you are wrong, because we still have our quintessential souvenirs, aka the magnets and postcards. I feel like whenever you're in a new country, postcards and magnets are all over the place. And so I definitely make sure to get my hands on it because I am a huge postcard collector. I have a whole wall dedicated to all the places I've traveled to. And so we picked up a few postcards while we were there. Now, to be honest, I mainly like to go for more watercolor postcards like this one, but they just really didn't have too many, so I didn't get much traditional ones, but I did pick up these two cork postcards, which I thought was really unique. I've never seen anyone kind of do like the cork style postcard. I'm assuming cork is something that's really popular in Portugal, is really known for. So I picked these two up. I thought this was really pretty. This one is from Lisbon and this one is from Porto. And then while we were in Sintra, we also picked these sand ones up. There's actually real sand embedded onto the postcard itself, which we thought was really cool. This one is a Lisbon one, and unfortunately, we couldn't find one that's like very significant to Sintra. So we got this one because at least it says Sintra on it. But the cats are really cute, so that's all that matters. And then in terms of magnet, I only bought one watercolor magnet. It's a ceramic magnet, which I feel like while I was in Portugal, I had to bring back a ceramic piece. I did go to a few ceramic stores while I was there, but unfortunately, nothing was really calling for me. So this is the only ceramic piece that I bought back. But hey, maybe next time I'll bring home some actual ceramic pieces. And last but not least, we have these film roll magnets. Okay, I'll be honest, these are not technically a souvenir one because it doesn't actually have much landmark meaning to it, but I thought this was such a unique gift and unique souvenir to bring home. this artist called Sietes Loja. He basically repurposes these old film rolls and draws really intricate designs on the roll. You find your favorite movie characters like Harry Potter and other like fun characters like Minions and Stitch. I did stumble upon his film rolls while I was in Porto. I believe these film rolls might actually just be available in Porto, but I think it's 100% worth it. The art is super intricate. There's so much detail to it. As an anime fan, I couldn't hold back and I had to get the One Piece and Studio Ghibli one. And I just thought it was a beautiful art piece to bring home. And I highly recommend trying to look for them if you guys are heading to Porto. But yeah, this is everything that I bought back from Portugal. Thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you guys like this haul. If there was anything that I missed that I should have brought back from Portugal, please let me know in the comments below. And if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I'm really excited to be sharing our travel vlog and itinerary with you all. And I will be heading to Asia later this year. So I have a lot more exciting content coming. But that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!